The next moment unfolds near a cemetery outside Pokrovsk, where a Russian soldier is seen running in panic across the graves and broken pathways. He moves quickly toward a nearby open field, attempting to escape the area. From above, a Ukrainian drone rapidly closes the distance and intercepts his path. After the initial strike, the soldier appears injured and collapses onto the ground. Seconds later, another Ukrainian drone arrives overhead and releases ammunition at the same position. In a final moment, the soldier raises a single finger toward the drone in a defiant gesture. The aircraft responds with another drop, disabling the position and ending the encounter under aerial observation. The following moment unfolds along a dirt road where two Russian soldiers are seen riding an ATV across rough terrain. As the vehicle moves forward, it suddenly loses balance, and both soldiers fall onto the ground beside the road. Within seconds, a Ukrainian drone appears overhead and begins closing the distance. Startled by the approaching aircraft, the two soldiers scramble toward a damaged civilian car nearby, using the wreck as temporary cover. As the drone continues to circle closer, they move anxiously around the vehicle, attempting to keep it between themselves and the aircraft. From above, the drone maintains steady tracking and follows their movements closely. The tense standoff continues as both soldiers repeatedly reposition in an effort to avoid exposure. Eventually, one of them begins to slow down, showing signs of exhaustion and losing coordination while moving around the car. At that moment, the drone adjusts its approach and commits to the strike. The following moment is recorded by a Ukrainian drone above a stretch of dry grassland in the Pokrovsk direction. From the aerial view, a Russian soldier can be seen moving steadily across the field, focused on his route and seemingly unaware that his movement has already been detected from above. For several seconds, the drone maintains distance, quietly tracking his path across the open terrain. Moments later, another Ukrainian drone approaches the area to support the operation. As the faint sound of the aircraft begins to echo across the empty field, the soldier suddenly realizes that something is approaching overhead. Startled, he drops into the grass in an attempt to reduce his visibility. The drone continues closing the distance and briefly holds position, confirming the target rather than striking immediately. When the soldier attempts to raise his weapon and respond to the aircraft, the drone quickly adjusts its approach and commits to the strike, ending the encounter in the exposed field. In eastern Ukraine, a Russian military truck carrying several soldiers becomes stuck on a muddy dirt road after heavy rain turns the ground into deep sludge. The vehicle struggles to move as its wheels sink into the soft terrain. From above, a Ukrainian drone detects the stalled truck and quickly moves in. As the aircraft closes the distance and commits to the strike, the soldiers on the vehicle react in panic and begin abandoning the truck, scattering away from the road in an attempt to escape the approaching drone. A Ukrainian drone detects a Russian soldier resting beneath a tree in a quiet area of the battlefield. From above, the position is quickly identified and marked. Within seconds, the drone lowers altitude and commits to the first strike at the location. After the initial impact, the soldier appears unable to move from the ground. Moments later, a second Ukrainian drone arrives over the same spot, adjusts its approach, and carries out another strike while maintaining observation of the area. A Ukrainian drone detects a Russian soldier moving along a muddy dirt road after recent rain. From above, the operator lowers altitude and begins closing the distance from behind while maintaining steady visual contact. On the ground, the soldier continues along the road, unaware that the aircraft is approaching. Moments later, the drone accelerates, descends rapidly, and commits to the strike before the soldier has time to react. Pokrovsk direction. A Ukrainian drone detects a Russian soldier moving alone with no nearby support. From above, the operator lowers altitude and redirects the aircraft toward the target. As the drone closes the distance, the soldier becomes aware of the threat and raises a light weapon in an attempt to drive it away. The effort proves ineffective as the drone continues its approach and commits to the strike along a muddy dirt road in the Pokrovsk direction. Still scattered with puddles from recent rain, a Ukrainian drone flies low while scanning the route. From above, the operator detects a Russian soldier riding a motorcycle with several supply containers strapped to the rear. The movement is quickly marked. Within moments, the drone accelerates from behind, closes the distance, and commits to the strike. The following sequence compiles multiple
Along a muddy dirt road in the Pokrovsk direction, still scattered with puddles from recent rain, a Ukrainian drone flies low while scanning the route. soldier riding a motorcycle with several supply containers strapped to the rear. The movement is quickly marked. Within moments, the drone accelerates from behind, closes the distance, and commits to the strike. The following sequence compiles multiple moments recorded by Ukrainian drones during the past month of operations in the Pokrovsk and Donetsk directions, as well as nearby contested areas. The footage highlights how Ukrainian drone units continue conducting sustained aerial patrols and strike missions across these sectors. According to the released video, Ukrainian operators carried out large-scale drone activity in the Pokrovsk and Donetsk region as well, deploying more than 100 drones over the course of a month to monitor and engage Russian soldiers moving individually across the terrain. From above, the recordings illustrate how quickly infantry movement can become visible once aerial surveillance is established. Many of the scenes show soldiers attempting to react after realizing that drones are overhead. Some attempt to run across open ground, while others try to move toward trenches, damaged buildings, or nearby tree lines in search of cover. In several cases, the reaction comes too late as the aircraft continues tracking their movement from above. Even in dense woodland, trench systems, ruined residential blocks, and along critical supply roads, drone operators demonstrate the ability to navigate precisely through obstacles while maintaining visual contact with individual targets. The aircraft adjust altitude, direction, and speed while continuing to observe and respond to movement on the ground. The footage underscores a recurring tactical challenge visible across many sectors of the battlefield. Infantry operating without sufficient air defense protection, electronic countermeasures, or coordinated support often remain exposed once aerial surveillance is established. Under persistent observation from above, movement itself can become the factor that reveals a position, shaping how soldiers attempt to maneuver, hide, or reposition in the evolving conditions of the modern battlefield. A Ukrainian drone moves toward a forest edge after reports that 2 Russian soldiers have just entered the area. From above, the operator carefully scans the tree line until both figures are identified, each hiding behind a separate tree. The drone first approaches the nearest position, drawing attention to that spot. At the last moment, it suddenly changes direction and descends toward the second soldier, concealed behind another tree, committing to the strike. A Ukrainian drone accelerates toward a small bush beside a dirt road where a Russian soldier is attempting to remain concealed. From above, the operator confirms the position and continues the approach. As the aircraft closes the distance, the soldier suddenly realizes the threat and tries to run from the cover. The reaction comes too late as the drone commits to the strike. The next sequence unfolds near a heavily damaged area in the Chasiv Yar direction, where ruined buildings provide temporary cover across the battlefield. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects a group of Russian soldiers moving cautiously through the debris toward a cluster of collapsed structures, apparently searching for places to hide. Once the movement is confirmed, another Ukrainian drone is directed toward the area and rapidly approaches a corner of a shattered wall where one soldier has taken shelter. The aircraft closes the distance and commits to the strike at that position. Not far away, the reconnaissance drone identifies another soldier hiding inside a small roofless structure nearby. A second strike drone is immediately redirected to the location. On the ground, the soldier remains still, unaware that the aircraft is already approaching from above. Moments later, the drone descends and attacks the position. Shortly afterward, another soldier is discovered hiding inside a nearby ruined building. Within seconds, a third Ukrainian drone arrives and strikes the newly identified location. The following event unfolds along a dirt road in the Luhansk direction, where a Ukrainian drone identifies a Russian S-300V air defense system moving along a rural track. From above, the vehicle remains clearly visible as it travels between open fields. As the drone approaches, the crew appears to recognize the threat and quickly exits the vehicle, running toward nearby open ground to distance themselves from the system. The drone accelerates and commits to an initial strike against the moving platform. After the first impact, the air defense vehicle loses mobility and comes to a halt in the open terrain. The position is immediately relayed to nearby units. Moments later, a second Ukrainian drone arrives over the same location, adjusts its approach, and carries out another strike against the immobilized system. The sequence illustrates